You have to get sold on that, all of that stuff, so you can roll up with that conviction in your voice. If you don't get in that levels 10 peak state straight out the gate, like you're done. It's dead on arrival. Like zip up the body bag. As soon as you get the first objection, you're going to fold like a house of cards. Right? But if you're fully sold, you've been reading all these testimonials, you're seeing what's going on, all of that kind of stuff. The moment they said that they need to think about it, bro, what is it you need to think about? Seriously. Because you booked in this appointment 7 days ago. What's the objection that you get the most?
Yeah, I need to think about it or speak to a partner.
So if you're getting that a lot, address it ahead of time. So when you look at the pitch, add something into the pitch, put a little line and say, cool, what's your decision-making process like? Who's involved in your business? What's your role in the business? Find out what that is early on and ask them straight up, are you the decision maker of this business? Are you in a position to make a decision about this? If this is, because basically we're going to go through some questions. If you are the right fit, we're going to make an offer to you and walk you through, and you'll have an opportunity to get things started. So if that were the case, and that's how this call goes today, are you in a position to make a decision on that? And just start doing that until you get comfortable to start smelling that out.
Yeah.
Right. But then when they tell you no, then be like, cool. Well, who else would be involved? And what would that decision-making process look like? Oh, I need to speak to so-and-so and so. Okay, cool. Well, let's do this. Let's get a call together when we can get them both on the phone, and explain to them like the best way to go through this call and be able to really understand all of your guys' needs, and really to even be able to honestly suggest this program to you. I need to know your partner's goals. I need to know what they're trying to achieve, because there's going to have some stuff that maybe you won't bring up. I don't want to go over this with all of you guys. Is that sensible?
Yeah, it is.
Cool. So, hey, when's your next meeting? When can you get them on the phone next? How about tomorrow at 2? How about today at 3 or whatever? But just demand it. And because the thing is if you go through the whole pitch, 45 minutes or whatever, and you're on the phone with the wrong person, it's going to lead to that anyways. And you're going to have to get on another call anyways. So you might as well get it handled straight away. So that way you can get another time together. Even better yet, if you can call ahead and figure that out, or find that out before a call is set, so that way you don't waste their time. But whatever it takes to get the call with the decision makers.
If someone says to me, oh no, my wife makes it with me,
Yeah.
I'll stop it right there. No dramas, mate. Look, we can't have this call today, right? Because of the fact that there is some things that do need dual partnership in terms of decision making, right? Let's find another time that works best for both of you. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste their time. They're never going to make a decision, and they're going to pull the same card on you every single time. It's never going to change. And again, like Sabri and Brock said, calling them ahead of time and asking those quick questions.
Even better.
Hey, thanks for booking in the call. Good to see we're speaking on Thursday. Is it just you that makes the business decisions? Yep. No. Yep. Done. It's going to save you a bunch of time and a bunch of heartache every time that comes up at the end of the call, because it will.
Yeah. Brock,
and you'll have people, the other side of it, Saad, is I'll ask that question and people will say, yeah, you know what? I have some other business partners that would be in on this, but I actually handle the marketing. So I'm confident to say I can make a decision on it. And I've had people that they're not sole owners, but they're in charge of a department. And just the very fact of them telling me and taking ownership of it, I'm like, cool, well then we can proceed. Because then when it comes to decision-making time, they'll hold to what they've already agreed to earlier in the call.
That's what I'm
because people want a consistency bias.
I am asking the question since you gave me the suggestion a few weeks ago. I can make decisions, or up to a certain amount, or I should be able to, or similar answers like that. Then we get to the end and I'm still getting the partner objection.
So that's because like you just used as an example, I should be able to. You need to get them to confirm with certainty that they are.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Sort of, or like, are you like sole decision maker on this? Like, you're not gonna get in trouble for making a decision on this, or whatever. Like, whatever it is, just lightheartedly, like, just get some clarity. Because if they're weaseling off and not giving you full, clarity on that, then it's gonna show up later. So you just need to close that door right then and there.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to hang up on them either. You can qualify a little bit further and be like, cool, well, let's take them out while I have you on the phone. Let's just get a couple details. I just won't be able to make an offer to you. I'll be able to go into all that because we do have a special pricing around, whatever you need to do. Like, don't waste their time. Like, you can get a bit of info from them, get a bit of rapport building so that they do like you and they go, okay, this guy does care. He's not just trying to, use a sales technique on me, like build some rapport. but then explain to them clearly why it's important. Not just because you need to close them and you don't think you'll be able to close them if their partner's on the phone, because that they'll see through that. It needs to come up from a place of where you really know that it's going to be in the best interest of everybody to be on the phone, because even if you do think he's a good fit, but you didn't unpack something and their partner, they go to have that chat with their partner and the partner doesn't see the value of this program, that could derail the whole thing. And you don't want to waste everyone's time. So, hey, let's get on the phone with everybody so that we can understand all of your needs. I want to be able to, with certainty, tell you that this is the right program. And I just wouldn't be able to do that if I'm just speaking with you and you're not really the total decision maker on this. I hope that makes sense. And check in with them. Does that make sense?
And a lot of this is done to tonality. Typically, when you come from a cold calling background and you're used to making lots of cold calls, I know because I've been there, you come from a place where it's your confirmation bias is to pretty much get permission to do the rest of the call. Right? Because you're used to basically people just hanging up and people not being the right fit. And you being like, hey, are you the person that looks after marketing? Okay, excellent. You are. So basically, I noticed that you guys are ranking. So do you know what I mean? It's like you're quickly trying to transition into the pitch because you're so used to all the prospects having one foot out the door. This is a different frame. And as such, you need to change your tonality and the cadence in which you speak. Don't upward inflect. Don't be fishing for the right answer. If it's the wrong answer, then it's probably that's the right sign to not progress with the rest of the call and to save your time. Because you're going to get into a place very quickly where your calendar is going to be full. And you can't be just pitching every person that books in a call with you because a bunch of them aren't going to be the right fit. Right. And the way that you're going to get those things out is just by like the way that you ask a question will determine the answer that you get. So do you know what I mean? Like and that's a lot of that comes down to the subtleties of like tonality. But a lot of these guys that have been doing this for a long time, you can hear the authoritative frame in their voice. Because first of all, they've asked the question 1,000 times. They know the signals of a non-buyer versus a buyer, right? And that all comes down to the way that you ask the questions. So if you rock up, it doesn't matter if you say all the right things, but you say them in the wrong way, you won't get the outcome that you want, right? But that's a really, really key thing. If you just get wrapped up in the script, but you don't focus on the way that you're saying it, the conviction that you're delivering in it, it doesn't have any depths to what you're saying. So the first place is getting sold on all of the objection that you're going to get on the call, and then being conscious of how this phone call is sounding. The brain is so advanced, all the synapses are firing like crazy in that first 2 minutes of the phone call. If they're trying to get a read on who this person is on the other end of the line, are they legit? Are they a pushy salesperson? Are they going to try to ram this QG program down my throat? Are they going to try to sell me at all costs? And that's all the things that are going on in their mind while you're saying, how are you going today? So you've got to be very conscious of that stuff from the beginning, and you've got to be real. And the way that you handle that the best is to be sold and not to have an attachment around closing this person. The attachment is on the diagnosis and the prescription on this phone call. It's not on the sell. Let me do a very deep dive, thorough analysis on this person. And then, and only then, if I truly believe in my heart of hearts that this is a program that's going to help them, then I will transition into that and I will write the prescription. And because I've done it that way, my pitch is on fire. Because I've set it up that way by doing a very thorough diagnosis and not having any attachment to the answers that they tell me. And I don't care if they tell me something that's not in line with where I think it's going to be to navigate this call to a close. I'm completely detached from that right now.
That's the key for me, man, as well. Like pretty much if you do that thorough diagnosis in your heart of hearts, you believe that, then from there, bro, have no fear. Like what's the worst that's going to happen? That you'll lose a deal, which was going to happen anyway. You know what I mean? It's like if you know that they're a good fit, man, have no fear. Don't worry about like losing that deal and just like go to town. Like, you know that it's going to help them. And we have that battle with every person who goes in and kills it in the program. When I speak to them a year later and you hear all the great things that they have to say and how their business and their life's changed, I'll pit that against that 10 uncomfortable minutes I had with them, because they thank you for that in the end, if you know that they're going to be a good fit.
And you go watch the testimonials, like the language that they use. It was a gut check moment. I didn't have the money in my checking account. It was a reality check. Like, it's not like these people came in willy-nilly ready to roll. Like, it was a challenge for them, because everything that they want is outside of their comfort zone, right? So you know that the same person that you're feeling uncomfortable with now will thank you in 12 months' time for making them feel uncomfortable and ponying up and making that decision. If it's a green light, you've green lighted them, they're a perfect fit, you really think, then why wouldn't you go all out? Because they're a perfect fit. And they've come to you and they've booked in with you for your help. So that's all the permission that you need. Hey guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button, as we're dropping a video like this every other day on YouTube. And if you've got any questions, just leave a comment below with hashtag HeySabri and I will do my best to get to it.